Good morning and welcome to the West Virginia University School of Dentistry's 59th commencement and first ever drive-in commencement. Today we honor West Virginia University's 2020 May graduates 150 years after Marmaduke H. Dent became the university's first graduate and alumnus. Please welcome West Virginia University School of Dentistry's candidates for graduation, led by Marshall and Associate Professor Dr. Laura Graves, carrying the dental flag, and Junior Nicholas Dalheim is carrying the United States flag. Now please welcome the faculty in the WVU School of Dentistry, family members, and other dentists who are participating in the hooding ceremony. And now please welcome members of the platform for me. Dr. Sheila Price, Associate Dean for Admissions, Recruitment, and Access at the WVU School of Dentistry. Dr. Christina Tobias, Associate Dean for Academic and Postdoctorate Programs at the WVU School of Dentistry. Dr. Fotinas Panagakis, Vice Dean for Administration and Research. Dr. Thomas Borgia, Dean of the WVU School of Dentistry. Dr. Louise Vasileki, Associate Vice President for Health Sciences and Academic Affairs. Dr. Clay Marsh, West Virginia University's Vice President and Executive Dean for Health Sciences. And virtually, Dr. E. Gordon Gee, President of West Virginia University. It is now my esteemed pleasure to introduce the Dean of the WVU School of Dentistry, Dr. Thomas Borgia.
Thank you, Dr. Wanker. To the class of 2020, well, we all made it. Each one of us has just lived through a once-in-a-century event that changed all of our lives forever. No doubt about that. Not only have our lives been changed, but so has our society, our way of living, our very way of thinking, and indeed, our entire global community. There's no going back to the way we were, But keep in mind, many good things are often born out of crises, and the solutions developed to resolve those crises. That's where we are now, and as newly graduated healthcare professionals, you will all be an integral part of dealing with the challenges we have been presented with. You must also be a part of a global effort to find solutions to assure that humankind never suffers such a trauma without being fully prepared again. That brings us to today and this celebration. A few short weeks ago, we could not have envisioned coming together and properly applauding your collective as well as individual achievements and accomplishments. You have your leadership at all levels of the state and university to thank for that. And I now will pause a moment and ask that all here today acknowledge them with applause of recognition for their tireless work and their dedication to you, the students of the university. It is often said that every generation is identified by a defining moment in history of the country and the lives of its people. My parents' was World War II. Mine was the turmoil of the 1960s, along with the Vietnam War, and yours will undoubtedly be inevitably intertwined with the pandemic known as COVID-19. The culmination of your dental education, one of the most important experiences in your lives, should have been a time of joy and triumph, but fate intervened to make it one of challenge and uncertainty. Now I ask that you all please remember back to your first days of orientation when I spoke to your class several times your first week on campus. I then described the journey you were about to embark upon, including the statement, "No one ever said it was going to be easy." As you all know now, it was anything except easy. But undeterred, you dedicated yourselves to your work, persevered, collaborated with each other, and managed to succeed despite the rigors of the curriculum. As the Marines tell the recruits when facing adversity, you adapt, you improvise, you overcome. You have done those three things magnificently in dental school, and you will, without doubt, put what you have learned from the experiences that brought you to this point in time to facing and overcoming the trials and uncertainties our entire country is struggling to address and resolve. With the conclusion of your, albeit abbreviated, education in the School of Dentistry, you are tasked to go forward and make our society a better place. Some of you will go on to specialty training, some directly into practice, and others into a branch of our armed forces. Regardless of where life takes you, you are now all professionals in every sense of the word, and have the exact same responsibilities of those who came before you, those who have been properly celebrated and feted by family, friends, and colleagues in a grand, once-in-a-lifetime ceremony, walking through graduation ceremonies on a stage befitting distinguished graduates. While this is a somewhat modified, less personal version of that traditional event, it has nonetheless all the prestige and grandiosity and spirit and meaning, and clearly conveys to those who have gathered to honor you as individuals and as a group that your success is in no way diminished. Most assuredly, your faculty's greatest joy and achievement every year is being at the ceremony, basking in the pride of accomplishment of watching their mentorship of each one of you come to fruition. That intermingling, too, will sadly be missed, for every teacher's greatest satisfaction is in seeing the success of his or her students. But their joy and your success is not lessened by having to forego a more traditional ceremony at a time never anticipated or ever even contemplated. We have all been made wiser by the unprecedented assault on what we have always considered to be a normal life, and we must now adapt, improvise, and overcome whatever is required to once again enrich our lives and those of our families and fellow citizens. You are now receiving the torch of leadership to help society retool and reinvent itself by what has been learned in these past extraordinary months. As you now go forward into society, note carefully the words of 19th century German philosopher Friedrich Hegel. The only thing we learn from history is that we learn nothing from history. Now is the time for you to learn from history, because it is far too important for your future to ignore. Go forward and be determined to establish an even better dental profession, a better country, and a better society. Heed the wisdom of the indomitable British Prime Minister Winston Churchill in knowing that, and I quote, "One person with a conviction will overwhelm 100 who only have opinions." The opportunity to live your convictions is the one bright spot that comes out of this crisis. A chance to do even better while believing in yourselves and creating solutions when those around you are only voicing directionless opinions born of indecision and ignorance. In closing, I want all to know that it has been my honor and privilege to have been a part of your dental educations and your lives, and I will never forget any of you. You have proven to be a very special group of people that have filled my heart with joy, pride, and admiration. Now in these moments when your class and I are both preparing to leave WVU after creating so many wonderful memories, I bid you all bon chance and adieu. Always keep close to the old Irish blessing I frequently heard during many emotional times that I spent in Boston. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind ever be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and the rain fall softly on your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the hollow of his hand. You have my solemn promise that our paths will cross again. Congratulations to all of our graduates. It's now my distinct pleasure to introduce to you our Vice President and Executive Dean for the Health Sciences, Dr. Clay Marsh.
Well, thank you. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? So what I'd like for everybody there in the audience, in the car audience, to do with me is honk your horns in 1 second, and all the people on the podium to recognize the great leadership of Dean Tom Borgia, who will be retiring this year. So Tom. Thank you. That was perfect. So I know that things are a little weird out here. We're having parking logistics meet graduation logistics, but I think it just tells you what a special year you're living in. A year of incredible change, a year of reshaping our country, our state, and our world. And I want to offer you my deepest congratulations. And maybe at one point I would have said my deepest sympathies because things are different, but I think you're living in a memorable time. You're living history, and for that is special. So you guys are a special class that will never be forgotten given the circumstances surrounding your graduation this time. And I usually don't read anything that I talk about, I just speak from my heart. But I did write a blog recently, and I want to read the blog because it does express some of the emotions that I am feeling at this time. And it really is about the changes in our world, but I would also say it's about the changes in your profession, in our health professions. And we need to create a better world. We need to create a healthier workforce. We need to help people reach their greatest potential. And the blog is entitled, Be the Light. The convergence of events that are unfolding in the United States are unprecedented. They are individually and collectively frightening and overwhelming. We are at an inflection point in America. And we're also at an inflection point in our health professions, in our profession of dentistry, in our teaching, our universities. We need to heal. We need to heal in our country. We need to heal from COVID-19. We need to heal from our joblessness, our economic downturn. We need to heal from the brutality and racism that led to the death of George Floyd. We need to heal for the professions and the professionals of healthcare, including dentistry. While COVID-19 pandemic and the resulting economic downturn is historic, it is the death of a single man that has awakened America to the gap between our promise of life, liberty, and justice for all Americans and our current reality, the need to heal. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. We all need to breathe. Breathing is a reflex of life-sustaining event that happens 5 to 7 times every minute of our life. and we usually don't even realize the life-giving function of breath. It is a reflex that creates life. It is prana. It is how we get our life energy into us. We share responsibility for not appreciating this vital gift of vital breath, of not noticing the many faces of racism and the grace of each other in our lives. It's easy to forget these priceless gifts we experience every day and search for something outside. Because really our biggest gift is each other, as fellow travelers and adventurers on this globe, and as equal beings. The American Medical Association president and native West Virginian Patrice Harris said, "Racism and police brutality are a public health issue." Dr. Harris is African American. She called for a move from rhetoric to action. We join Dr. Harris's voice with ours. We are deeply committed to justice, equality, inclusion, civility at West Virginia University and at our Health Science Center. Our collective voices are powerful together. They give us the opportunity to heal. Basic concepts: equality, inclusion, fairness, diversity. Diversity is the core of America. It's the core of our country. We come from many places of origin, which I can see in our audience, which I can see in our platform party. It is the great melting pot. The author and founder of the Equal Justice Initiative, Brian Stevenson, called for us to become proximal, or closer, to better understand communities suffering from inequality. I resolved to work in close proximity, side by side, with our health sciences family to continue to strengthen our community and to shape our shared purpose. We redouble our commitment to curricular and experiential training in equity, inclusion, and diversity to create balanced, healthy, and socially conscious healthcare providers. We also commit to focus research on the social disparities suffered by our West Virginia community, including our African American communities. We commit to ensure a safe and protected space for all of our employees, faculty, and students to flourish through shared experience. The glue that holds this higher set of values to the ravages of time is culture. Great culture is made up of strong community, shared purpose, psychological safety, and servant leadership. We are here to serve others. Our West Virginia University community needs to come closer together at this historic and challenging time. The root word of heal and the root word of health are the same. HAL, H-A-L. Also the root word of holy and holistic, and it means whole, W-H-O-L-E, complete, together, as one. The greeting Namaste translates to the divine in me recognizes the divine in you. We may come from different countries, different cultures, different practices, different religions. Our skin may be different shades. But at our core, we are the same, part of an unbroken whole. We must move from seeing the differences in appearance on the outside to see that we have the same light on the inside. This is what the Sufi poet Rumi meant when he said, "The lamps are different, but the light is the same." We are equals, made of the same light. That is the way all of us in the leadership at WVU, in the School of Dentistry, and other schools in the health sciences see each of you, see each of our faculty, our staff, our students, bright lights. The foundation of inclusion, equity, diversity, fairness, safety, love, and abundance is what we deeply believe in, and we hope that we've instilled that in you. However, no matter how much information, experience, or training that you, our faculty, or staff receive from us, it is truly you and your voice for change and justice that is our greatest gift to this world. We hope and pray you use your voice and your profession to change the world for good, to lead. Our state and our country need you. Go first. Build a better world. Be a beacon. We believe in you. And no matter where you go, whether you stay here in the great state of West Virginia that's led by these great people and by our great alumni with Dr. Mike Medevec, who's going to speak to you, or whether you go somewhere else and whether you wear your flying WV on your coat, your shirt, please keep it in your heart. Realize we're always your home. We are indeed almost heaven, and we love you, and we believe in you, and we want you to go out and be balanced, happy, socially conscious people that make the world better wherever you are. God bless. Godspeed. Thank you. So I'd now like to introduce somebody who's very familiar to all of us and you, who's not here in person. He's doing a great job in staying protected right now. It's our inimitable president, E. Gordon Gee, with an address. So Dr. Gee, take it away.
Every student at this university is a friend of mine, even though we may not have met, although I've met a number of you. So you're the graduating class of our dental school of 2020. And it's a strange time, I know that. It's a time that none of us expected. In fact, I am sure that after years of hard work and rigorous study, you never expected receiving your degree to resemble picking up nachos at a Taco Bell. Yet, here we are. And though many things have changed recently, some things never have and never will. Grit and determination have always fueled the spirit of this university. That spirit brought you to our campus from places nearby and from as far away as Kuwait. It empowered your quest for a dentistry degree, and it will sustain you now and in the future. Now, let me remind you, as the word commencement implies, your real journey is now only just beginning as you drive off toward new horizons, including residency programs in general dentistry, pediatric dentistry, orthodontics, pathology, and oral surgery, and practices here in West Virginia and in other states, even in one case in Las Vegas. Wherever you go from here, you will not have to rely on Lady Luck for your good fortune. The education you received at West Virginia University will guide you to ever higher summits. The skills and strengths you honed here will drive you onward. And with your unique passion inspiring you, you will find the strength to thrive amid all of life's twists and turns. So on behalf of our entire university family, I want to congratulate you, and I want to say one last time to each and every one of you, let's go, Mountaineers.
'Tis the gift to be simple, 'tis the gift to be free, 'tis the gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we are in the place just right, we'll be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend we will not be ashamed. To turn, 'twill be our delight, till by turning we come round.
But next is the investiture of the candidates for the academic hood, conferring the degree of Doctor of Dental Surgery, which was held on May 18th. Zainab Atiya, Kuwait. Zainab is being hooded by Dr. Laura Graves. Zainab will be returning to Kuwait to practice. Lauren Nicole Bakis, Morgantown, West Virginia. Lauren is being hooded by her father, Dr. Les Bakis. She is the recipient of the Brian D. Stone Memorial Award, and Lauren will be completing a general practice residency at the WVU School of Dentistry. Andrea Whitney Ballingy, Parkersburg, West Virginia. Andrea is being hooded by Dr. Michael Shahan. Andrea is the recipient of the Dentsply Sirona Merit Award and Pros, the International College of Dentists Leadership Award, the Quintessence Perio and Restorative Awards, and the Team Leader Award. Andrea will be practicing in Merle's Inlet, South Carolina. Rebecca Nicole Baudin, Jennings, Louisiana. Rebecca cannot be with us today, but she is a recipient of the American Academy of Implant Dentistry Award. She will be practicing in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Brennan C. Bish, Hurricane, West Virginia. Brennan also cannot be with us today, but he will be practicing in Huntington, West Virginia. Maggie Conde, Buchanan, West Virginia. Maggie is being hooded by her father, Dr. Kevin Conde. Maggie is the recipient of the Academy of Osseointegration, the American Academy of Periodontology, the American College of Prosthodontists, and the American Dental Society for Anesthesiology Award. Maggie is a new member of Omicron Kappa Upsilon Dental Honor Society, and she will be practicing in Buchanan with her father. She is vied with two others for second place in the class. Zay Diab, Damascus, Syria. Zay is being hooded by Dr. Laura Graves. Zay will be going to Canton, Ohio for a general practice residency at Mercy Medical Center. Matthew Drake, Morgantown, West Virginia. Matt, unfortunately, is unable to be with us today. However, he is a recipient of the Academy of Dentistry for Persons with Disabilities Award and the American Association of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons Implants Award. Matt will be practicing in Charlotte, North Carolina. Tess Elaine Ferrari, Weirton, West Virginia. Tess is being hooded by Dr. Frank Mastelers. And Tess will be practicing in Las Vegas, Nevada. Eric T. Gompers, Wheeling, West Virginia. Eric is unable to be with us today. He will be going to the University of Buffalo for an orthodontic residency. Michaela Brooke Gresham, Morgantown, West Virginia. Michaela is being hooded by Dr. Michael Petrides. Michaela is the recipient of the following awards: the American Academy of Oral and Maxillofacial Pathology, the WVU School of Dentistry Special Award in Endodontics, the American Association of Dental Research, the American Association of Public Health Dentists, Delta Dental Community Care Foundation Student Award, and the Pierre Fauchard Academy Leadership Award. Michaela will be going to UNC Chapel Hill for a residency in oral and maxillofacial pathology. Tyler H. Guthrie, Sissonville, West Virginia. Tyler also is not able to be with us today, but he was the recipient of the American Academy of Oral and Maxillofacial Radiology Award. He will be going to private practice in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. Ellen Marie Harper, Morgantown, West Virginia. Ellen was being hooded by her fiance, Dr. Sean Lawson. Ellen will be going into private practice in Roanoke, Virginia. Evan Hodel, Westchester, Ohio. Evan is being hooded by Dr. Frank Mastelers. He will be going to Akron, Ohio for a general practice residency at Summa Health. Sierra Mariah Holloway, Upper Track, West Virginia. Sierra is unable to attend today, but she is the recipient of the Team Leader Award, and she plans to go into private practice in Petersburg, West Virginia. Morgan Brett Hypes, Hyco, West Virginia. Morgan is being hooded by Dr. Alex Danielli, and she will be going to private practice in Oak Hill, West Virginia. Marcy Lynn Konoski, Morgantown, West Virginia. Marcy is being hooded by Dr. Shelby Alexander. Marcy is the recipient of the American Frost Society Award, Delta Dental Alumni Association Dr. Sousan Award, the International College of Dentists Humanitarian Award. And Marcy will be going to East Carolina University for an advanced education in general dentistry residency. Yusuf Kassar, Morgantown, West Virginia. Yusuf is being hooded by his brother-in-law, Dr. Adam Bastani, and he plans to practice in Morgantown. Morgan Nicole Kessiker, Summersville, West Virginia. Morgan is being hooded by her brother, Dr. Jeff Kessiker. Morgan is the recipient of the American Association of Endodontists Award, and she will be attending UNC Chapel Hill for a residency in advanced education in general dentistry. Miranda Jordan Kimball, Hurricane, West Virginia. Miranda is not able to be with us today, but she plans to practice in Huntington, West Virginia. Sarah Michelle Klink, Fayetteville, West Virginia. Sarah also is unable to be with us today, but she will be known to Cleveland for a pediatric residency at Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital. Cassandra Liston, Reedsville, West Virginia. Cassie is being hooded by Dr. Carla Lemley. Cassie is a recipient of the Whitmiss Hanno Pross Award. Cassie is going to advanced education in general dentistry at the Dental College of Georgia. Rachel L. Marino, Morgantown, West Virginia. Rachel is not able to be with us today, but she will be going to private practice in Asheville, North Carolina. Olivia Ann Mason, Wheeling, West Virginia. Olivia is being hooded by Dr. Gavin Zagier and Dr. David Edwards. Olivia plans to practice in Wheeling, West Virginia. Sarah Mae Michaels, Ligonier, Pennsylvania. Sarah is being hooded by Dr. Lauren Ura Goodwin. She is going to Altoona, Pennsylvania in private practice. Tyler R. Myers, New Martinsville, West Virginia. Tyler is unable to attend today. He is returning home for practice. Nicholas D. Palmer, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Nick is being hooded by Dr. Frank Mastelers. Nick is a recipient of the Academy of Dental Materials Award and is a new member of the Omicron Kappa Upsilon Dental Honor Society. He will be staying in Morgantown for an ortho residency, and Nick is tied with two others for second place in the class. Nicholas S. Pantori, Shepherdstown, West Virginia. Nick is unable to attend today, but he will be going to Langley Air Force Base, where we'll be doing an advanced education and general practice residency. Christopher Mason Payne, Shenandoah Junction, West Virginia. Chris is being hooded by Dr. Tammy Chips. Chris is a recipient of the American College of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery Award, and he will be practicing in Charlestown, West Virginia. Megan K. Pop, Nitro, West Virginia. Megan is being hooded by Dr. Tammy Chips, and she is a recipient of the Team Leader Award. She plans to practice in Milton, West Virginia. Catherine Ann Ransom, Daniels, West Virginia. Catherine is being hooded by Dr. Michelle Romeo. Catherine is a recipient of the Team Leader Award. She will be practicing in Morgantown at least until our husband finishes dental school. He will be entering this fall. Charlene Rain, Huntington, West Virginia. Charlene is being hooded by Dr. Laura Graves. Charlene is a recipient of the Team Leader Award. Charlene's husband also is in the second-year dental class and will be practicing in Morgantown. Andrew Wade Rubel, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Andrew is being hooded by Dr. Brian Weaver, and he is a recipient of the American Association of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons and International Congress of Oral Implantologists Award. Andrew will be going to MUSC in Charleston, South Carolina for a residency in oral and maxillofacial surgery. He is a new member of Omicron Kappa Upsilon Dental Honor Society and finishes second place in his class. Naylor Salmazi, Great Falls, Virginia. Naylor is unable to be with us today, but she will be doing a general practice and residency at Marshall University. Adam Secret, Clarksburg, West Virginia. Adam is being hooded by Dr. Keith Hildebrand. Adam will be joining fellow classmate Jay Diab at the Mercy Medical Center in Canton, Ohio for a general dentistry residency. Laura Faith Settles, Bristol, Virginia. Laura is being hooded by Dr. Laura Graves. Laura is the recipient of the Academy of General Dentistry, the Academy of Operative Dentistry, and the American Academy of Aesthetic Dentistry Awards, along with the Tobacco Cessation Student Award. Laura will be practicing in Wytheville, Virginia. Blair Smith, Fayetteville, North Carolina. Blair is unable to be with us today, but he will be practicing in North Carolina with his father. Kyla Swearingen, Parkersburg, West Virginia. Kyla is being hooded by her mentors, Dr. Daniel Joseph and Dr. Peter Nahn. Kyla is the recipient of the following awards: the American Association of Orthodontists Award, the American Association of Women Dentists Award, the American College of Dentists Student Leadership Award, the American Student Dental Association Award for Excellence, Delta Sigma Dental Junior Achievement Award, Delta Alumni Association Clinical Competency Award, the Southeastern Academy of Prostate Award. She is also awarded the Pierre Fauchard Leadership Award. Kyla is a new member of Omicron Kappa Epsilon, and she is the #1 in her class. Kyla will be attending an ortho residency at the University of Tennessee Health Sciences. Angela Nicole Stowers, Kenner, West Virginia. Angela is being hooded by Dr. Bob Stutchell. Angela is receiving the Team Leader Award, and she will be practicing in Charleston, West Virginia. James P. Thompson, Clendenin, West Virginia. JP is not able to join us, but he will be attending a pros residency at the Dental College of Georgia in Augusta. Darren M. Wadsworth, Fairmont, West Virginia. Darren is being hooded by Dr. Lauren Ura Godwin. Darren plans to practice in Bridgeport, West Virginia. Ian Montgomery Weaver, Charleston, West Virginia. Ian is being hooded by his father, Dr. Scott Weaver, and his uncle, Dr. Brian Weaver. He is a member of Omicron Kappa Epsilon and is #3 in the class. He will be doing an ortho residency at WVU. Jonathan Logan Howell Williams, Hurricane, West Virginia. Logan is not in attendance today, but he is the recipient of the American Academy of Pediatric Dentistry Award. He will be practicing in Roanoke, Virginia. And let's give one more big round of applause for the dental class of 2020. Please welcome Dr. Borgia back to the podium.
Please join me in extending our sincere congratulations to our recipients of postdoctoral degrees and certificates, which I think we've already done, but you're welcome to do it again. It is now my pleasure to introduce Adam Secret, Class of 2020 Vice President, to the podium for the students' response. And I must tell you in advance that I trust our students so much. I'm a patient of Dr. Adam Secret's.
Good afternoon, guys. This is a letter I wrote to our class before I knew we were going to have this ceremony. It was posted on Facebook, so some of you have already read it, but I've made some additions to it. So, Class of 2020, I've been honored and humbled to have been your classmate over the past 4 years. I want to thank you all for your constant support during the peaks and valleys throughout this difficult dental school journey. I can honestly say each one of you have impacted my life in a positive way, and I am a better person today because of that than I was when I first came to dental school. I want to sincerely thank you all for that. I know this isn't not the way we intended for this journey to end, and we are looking forward to one big celebration one more time. But during this time, we've been blessed to spend more time with our loved ones we might have not been able to if this situation did not occur. I believe this extra time with our loved ones is what we needed to give us that extra breath of fresh air before we embark on our own new journeys. Do not take the little blessings for granted. Enjoy them while we have them, because once time has passed, we cannot get it back. I will be excited to see how beautifully each one of you writes this next chapter in your life. Whether you're staying in West Virginia or not, know I'll always be in your corner cheering for you. During this new journey, opposition and adversity will appear. Embrace it. Yes, it may cause a little bit of pain and pruning, but when we come through it, we'll be better people because of it. So in that, the discomfort from that will be great. But our generation needs to understand that the comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. We can be comfortable all we want, but we can equate comfort to being stagnant. If we ever want to grow to our full potential, we must realize there's heavy sacrifice involved and heavy discomfort involved. Because at some point, we're all going to hit that wall. We're all going to hit opposition, and we're all going to hit adversity. But I think we all know at the core, it's never about what happens to us. It's about how we respond to it. We can control that. And if we're resilient, we'll get whatever we're looking for. If we're consistent, we'll keep it. But if we're grateful, whatever we want in life, it will increase. From here on out, our life can be captured by a beautiful picture. But remember, when pictures are shown to the light too soon, they're ruined. Pictures, like us, are developed in the darkness. The darkness is where you'll find your purpose and your mission when things are stacked against you. The darkness is where you will develop. And most times, the darkness is the darkest right before the light shines the brightest. Don't be afraid of the darkness. And when your picture is finally developed, it will shine the brightest in that very same light. Class of 2020, I consider you the family for the rest of my life. The past 4 years have provided me with memories I will never forget. Please do not hesitate to contact me if you ever need someone to talk to. I look forward to hearing about all your accomplishments and success in the future. But remember this, who we are as people will always be more important than who we are as dentists. Thank you, and God bless.
It is now my pleasure to introduce Kyla Swearingen, President of the 2020 Doctor of Dental Surgery class, who brings to you the student response. Kyla.
Thank you, Dr. Borgia. I'm really happy today that we have created the first dog-friendly graduation, and I would like to acknowledge that. So to everybody that brought their pets, welcome. Families, friends, faculty, students, and staff, through all the uncertainty the country has faced, it's such a blessing that we can all be here to celebrate. Thank each one of you for your relentless support and for being here today. I want to start off by telling you more about the incredible people in this class. We have 26 students going to general practice and 18 students going to postgraduate programs in orthodontics, pediatric dentistry, prosthodontics, GPRs, AEGDs, oral surgery, and oral pathology. This class has been described as very intelligent, hardworking, and service-oriented. We have provided $5 million of uncompensated care to the state of West Virginia, which amounts to about 25% of the uncompensated care in the state. For this, you should all be applauded. Remember that success is not determined by what we have, but rather what we give. Dental school has been nothing short of a marathon for us, though. A marathon that we spent years preparing. Most of you know that I'm an avid runner, so this metaphor should not surprise you. First year, we arrived at the race, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready for whatever the course threw at us. We then burnt ourselves with waxers. We questioned if we should even be allowed to hold handpieces. And second year, does anybody even remember that? I remember a few fires in the sim lab, and yes, the year of the performance assessments. We all eventually passed our Part 1 board exams. You're welcome, Dr. Borgia. Third year, we entered the clinic and fell further in love with our future profession. Fourth year hit, and boy, we did not know what was coming. We passed our Part 2 board exams, sat for rigorous clinical board examinations, and racing to finish our clinical requirements. This was made just a little bit more difficult by a global pandemic. But if anyone knows anything about running, the stress and toughness of the course usually makes you a better runner. So with that being said, you all have been deemed competent enough to be here today. So I ask you to let COVID define your career through this mnemonic: compassion, optimism, veracity, ingenuity, and determination. Compassion. Really listen to your patients. Help them, love them, respect them. Be kind to everyone. Optimism. Always stay positive no matter what you are facing. Remember that 2 steps forward and 1 step back is still a step in the right direction. Veracity. Always be true to your values and true to your patients. Ingenuity. What often sets successful apart from unsuccessful people is the ability to adapt to change and not be completely immobilized by it. Determination. Strive to reach your goals no matter what. My classmates know what the following words to me, as it was a poem that my grandfather often read. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, and when the road you're on seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, when you want to smile but have to sigh, when care is pressing down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. I would like to discuss a further important and crucial component of our careers: mentorship. It has been said by former First Lady Michelle Obama that we should always have 3 friends in our lives. One who walks ahead that we look up to and follow, one who walks beside us who is with us every step of our journey, and then one who we reach back for and help after we've cleared the way. I have received great advice from my mentors through dental school, and I would like to share some of the advice they gave. I had the opportunity to meet the president of the International College of Dentists at the Greenbrier meeting last summer. He shared with me the following, which were his mother's guiding principles. Stick to your principles and ideas of what is right. Make wise and make careful decisions. Do not be tempted or persuaded to lower your standards of good to do bad. Remember your future health and your whole life to work toward an ideal future. Do not forget that how you live now is hard to change. Someday you will be proud of your pure character, so work hard to keep it stainless. Do not be afraid of what people say or what people think. Be willing and eager to help others. Be obedient, dependable, and trustworthy to your family. Do not forget what you mean to them and what they mean to you. Remember to believe and trust in God, be clean in His presence, and never forget to communicate with God constantly. Another word of wisdom from my mentor and WV alumni, Dr. Joseph. Always think of others' feelings before your own. Always treat everyone the same all the time, no matter what position they hold in your life. Always treat people as you would like to be treated. When you're always genuine and do something for someone with no intention of getting something in return, people remember. Those connections allow you to help others. Helping others makes you feel fulfilled. The whole thing is like a perpetual energy. In this profession, we get to change lives, and that is a wonderful feeling. We are very blessed. So thank you to our families for being our support systems. Thank you to our professors who have dedicated numerous hours to teaching us. We will make you all so proud going forward. Thank you to this amazing class who became a family. I have been humbled and honored to go through this journey with you. And we are now part of a profession that affords us the opportunity to leave people better than we find them. We should never take that for granted. Continue to carry your mountaineer spirit with you wherever your journey next takes you. May these country roads always bring you home. And I would like to end with a quote from Nelson Mandela. It is in your hands to create a better world for all of those who live in it. God bless. And with that being said, we would like to present a couple awards to faculty members. This award is presented to Dr. Hildebrand for his commitment to teaching the after-hours lab he held for us and his assistance in preparation with our endodontic clinical board exams. And then the next award we would like to present is the Most Influential Professor Award, and this is presented to Dr. Lauren Godwin for her commitment to students, her approachability, and giving us access to innovative technology in dentistry. And now I would like to introduce Dr. Mike Medovic.
President Gee, Dr. Marsh, Dean Borgia, Vice Dean Panagakis, faculty members, families, and of course 2020 graduates. I was told by Dr. Graves that I should be the entertainment for today, so hang on, we'll try to do that. No, it's truly an honor and a privilege to have been asked to share my thoughts with all of you today. I bring greetings, of course, and of course sincere congratulations from ADA President Dr. Chad Gahani and from the officers and trustees of your American Dental Association. Seems like only yesterday when I was addressing your class at freshman orientation. And here you are, poised to leave the WVU School of Dentistry, but now as friends and colleagues. The future course of our beloved profession is now in your hands. And judging from what I've seen from your class, we are in really good hands indeed. I want to pause for just a moment and thank Dr. Marsh, because we wouldn't even be working right now if it were not for his relationship with the governor and his work with the task force that Vince Veltri put together that I was privileged to serve on, and I thank you for putting dentists back to work in their offices. Believe it or not, I stood exactly where you were, right back in that building, 40 years ago, as a member of the class of 1980. And I was so fortunate to return to my hometown of Wheeling, where almost unbeknownst to me, I was mentored from day one. When I was fortunate enough to have Dr. Dan Joseph's uncle Michael J. Joseph, call me a dumbass, I truly did not yet understand that I was being mentored. I grew up to cherish that term and realized that I had been accepted as one of them. How fortunate indeed I was to grow up in dentistry in Wheeling, where mentorship was just a way of life. Being a mentor to all of you became for me just a natural process of paying it forward for all that the likes of Drs. Grubler, Spatafor, Dyer, Bridgman, and all the others did for me. You too are being called right now to be mentors to all those who will follow in your footsteps. Your class is truly special in that you have been privileged to have Dean Tom Borgia for your entire 4 years at the WVU School of Dentistry. And while I am so proud of and glad for each and every one of you, I am truly saddened today because the decision has been made to force Dean Borgia to retire. He is the best dean we've had since Dean Robert Biddington, who was dean when I was there. We all must understand that dentistry is much different than medicine in a unique and very important way. We remain a true profession that is still independent and self-determining. We had finally found a leader in Dean Borgia that truly understands how to educate and train you for our world, and he's being lost too soon. I have heard that it has been said that Dean Borgia could never have been dean at any other school, and that the alumni have far too much influence at this school. But I vehemently disagree with both of those. If our true mission at this school is to train private practicing dentists, then I am thankful that you have had Dr. Tom Borgia as your dean, as he was a successful private practitioner for over 30 years before being called to dental education late in his career. In addition, I am truly grateful that our private practicing alumni give of their time, their talent, and their treasure to support and help guide the school that they love and which has given them their foundation. We don't want to be just like other dental schools. We want to be part of this special school that has been rebuilt during Dean Borgia's tenure. Here where the faculty, the students, the alumni, the Board of Governors of the Alumni Association, the private practicing community, and the West Virginia Dental Association are all united in this mission and work together to achieve it. That will be very difficult to replicate. Let me assure you, we will never stop fighting for you, for our school, and the profession that has given us all so much. And we ask all of you to join us in this effort. So once more, I want to confer on all of you my congratulations for all that you have accomplished so far in your young careers. But in the words of the poet Robert Frost, you have miles to go before you sleep. You have inherited a wonderful, respected profession built literally on the shoulders of giants. But as the Bible also tells us, to whom much has been given, much will be expected. This is truly the challenge that faces all of you today, and I know that you are all well prepared to face that challenge. The only question really is, will you leave our profession a little better than the one we have left for you? Believe me when I tell you that 40 years goes by very, very quickly. And before you know it, you might be fortunate enough to be standing where I am today. Stay close to your classmates, as they are the only ones who know what you have all been through. Stay close to the mentors you have had and the new ones you will find if you are open to taking their guidance. And try to remember what little wisdom this little old dentist tries to impart to you today. I'm going to give you 6 things I'd really like you to remember. 1, being a professional, a dental professional, is a true calling, a vocation. 2, give back much more than you get in order to taste true success. 3, get heavily involved in organized dentistry. There's where you'll find your heroes. Participate in the political process. If you are not at the table, you're on the menu. 5, take part or be taken apart. Don't wait for someone else to do it, because they won't. Be the leader that others will follow. And 6, always remember that we are colleagues, not competitors. I know it's been a long morning. I'd like to leave you with one more quote, and then I'll tell you who it's from. This was written 80 years ago, almost to the day, in 1940. And I quote, "In this work, an attempt has been made to show that the autonomy of dentistry is natural, not artificial. By the use of pertinent facts, the author has exposed the fallacy of the tradition that dentistry is an outcast among the specialties of medicine because of its alleged rejection by medical education. He has made clear that early in its history, the highly technical procedures involved in the preservation, correction, and replacement of teeth erected an insurmountable barrier between the art of dental practice and the art of medical practice. This natural condition is the true case of dental autonomy. Any attempt to remove the natural barrier that separates these arts will tend to destroy dentistry, since its special art of practice is too extensive, too highly specialized, and too technical to be assumed successfully by the medical art." That was a quote by the first dean of our dental school, J. Ben Robinson, who was in 1959 awarded by the Maryland Dental Association Dentist of the Century Award, and in 1972 by the ADA Board of Trustees named him the second recipient of the Distinguished Service Award. I thank you for listening to me today. I wish all of you good luck. And remember, we're all counting on you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Medovic. At this time, I would like to thank the School of Dentistry and Health Sciences Center faculty and staff who arranged and helped make today's event a success. Dr. Laura Graves, Coach, Dr. Panagakis, Dr. Secret, Dr. Swearingen, and Sunshine Wiles Gidley. Everyone who contributed to this short suspense ceremony, please stand. And before I turn over the microphone to Dr. Marsh for the last time, I like speaking extemporaneously. I'm not really good at reading from a script, but I'll be brief. So we've heard a lot of serious things, and I thought it was time for some levity. And the first thing I wanted to say is that I can't be more grateful to have a new adopted home state, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm truly a mountaineer. I could never go back. But on that note, I like to tell stories about my friend Paul, who was my best friend in Massachusetts, who grew up in the town of Brockton, Massachusetts, which is a very ethnic town. It was the home, if any boxing fans are in the audience, Marvelous Marvin Hagler and Rocky Marciano, who both came from Brockton, Massachusetts, pretty hard scrabble town. And he grew up with his parents and his grandparents. His grandfather was a Sicilian immigrant. His grandfather said, you can have anything you want, but you can't have everything you want. And keep that in mind. As much as we want you to be successful, we know you will be, there will be limitations. You pick and choose, you can have anything you want, but not everything.
So this would usually be the part where we confer the degrees, but you guys have had a virtual ceremony to defer them. But I'd like to say a couple things before I close. So number one is, I do want to thank Dr. Borgia for the passion and the love and the commitment and service he has to each of you and to the dental school and to the university. So Dr. Borgia, thank you so much. I'd also like to recognize Dr. Medevac, because even though we may not agree on everything, I think we both have a great passion to make sure that the dental school is achieving at its highest level, that we are working to make sure that you have the best education, we have the best working environment, and I've never seen a group of people more passionate about their school than the dental school alumni and the West Virginia Dental Association. So Dr. Medevac, thank you. And finally, I'd like to thank our great faculty, because they make this experience for you guys what it is. And so I'd love for you guys to please help me and recognize all the faculty on the stage, please. And now, repeating what Dr. Gee has already done, with the power invested in me by the Board of Trustees from West Virginia University, I will confer the degrees of Doctor of Dentistry to this very special class at this very, very special celebration, class of 2020, and parents and friends and grandparents and faculty and deans. Please join me in welcoming our newest graduating dental school.